costumes and Marvel Future Revolution and how it works in this game. And I'm going to say I strongly recommend not doing this, and specifically looking for a specific set like the Rise of the East, which was added to this, unless you're willing to know what you're getting into. And so that's what we're trying to do here. I think there's people that are going to do it, people that are going to spend money, and it's their money, they can spend what they want. But I think it's important to have disclosure and for you to know what the rates are. And I believe Darth Microtransaction did a good job of that. He made a video called "This is what $1,500 gets you in Marvel Future Revolution," and he spent $1,500, and yes, he was able to get one piece of Rise of the East in that $1,500 spending. I think he got it around the $800 month. But I got to give a shout out to Yuletide Bringer, who actually did the math on the drop rates, and I think you're going to be shocked to see what the math is and what the cost is to get a full piece of set. And because if you look over here, you're like, wow, I want to get these new sets. I really like this Rise of the East set. I want to get it. Well, do you know how much it's going to cost to get a full set? $10,000. Let's go over the math. First things first. This is assuming a couple things, that you're able to purchase crystals you're able to get 72 crystals per dollar, and that you're pulling the 10 pulls, right? And you're getting 500 pulls. The first piece should appear when you spend about $1,200. And that basically this Rise of the East, the one that everybody is super excited about, is the Rise of the East one. That's not the new Stark City. It's the next one right here, Rise of the East. Everybody's fairly excited about this new set because it's like the super regional. That's this one right here. And even if you pull one piece, the way that it works is that, yes, the first one you pull, you have it. But the problem is that by the time you come to the second pull, there's a 25% chance that you're going to get a duplicate. And then when you have two pieces, there's going to be a 50% chance that it's going to be a duplicate. Then when you have three pieces, there's a 75% chance it's going to be a duplicate. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to pull 8.3 of them. That's right. To get a complete set, you need to pull 8.3 pieces in total on average to get a complete set. Now, I've done the math. Sometimes it takes you 12. Sometimes it takes you 15. In theory, you could do it in 4. I mean, if you just get lucky and just get all 4 pieces and don't pull any duplicates. But on average, it's going to take 8.3. So being that to get the first piece costs $1,200, my goodness, to get a full set costs $10,000. Now, also in the video, he talks about how much New Stark City he pulled. Now, New Stark City is a regional set, but the regional set is not preferred by most players. Like, if you look on this list, New Stark City is regional, but then if you compare that to the Steampunk, that's the super expensive one. Nobody's going to get that one there. Xander Earth is like one of the regional sets that existed when the game was in soft launch. The new sets are going to be the Steampunk and the far Rise of the East. But the New Stark City is not really a preferred set to most players. I was farming right here and I just died. Let's see, revive, and we're going to go in and do that. But the main one that people are looking for is depends on the character in the set. And most people are not looking for the New Stark City. And the reason for that is that the boost on the New Stark City is towards the ultimate. And so the ultimate is not going to be the preferred. When you get a 4-piece set, the ultimate gets a boost, where the other sets have better bonuses than most people, where it is a class of skills, which could be, you can make a build around that and you can get 3 sets. And so at the end of the day, what this means is that when you're in battle and you're fighting, instead of having the ultimate that goes off, every 30 seconds ago, you can build your character around having 3 skills, and like these right here, and having 3 of them boosted if you have a complete set of a certain regional. Now, what regional set is optimal for your character depends. And, I would suggest that, I've heard people say this, that you don't choose the regional set chooses you. You kind of have to go with what you get, and there definitely is a best in slot. But as far as New Stark City goes, the main character where people are saying New Stark City is going to be the best is probably going to be Captain Marvel, because her builds largely depend on her ultimate. But other characters in these other sets. So I just want to say this is kind of a big deal. I'm going to link you to a video up there. I'm coming up on having a complete set of Hydra without spending money. I might have to spend a small amount of money. I will keep you posted. But right now, I've not spent any money on my Hydra set. I have 3 out of 4 pieces. Next week, I should be able to get a regional selector box for Hydra and get my final piece. And I don't think it's going to cost me anywhere near that. I mean, I might be able to do it for $100. I'm going to stay tuned on on how to do that, because I think there's ways of playing the game smarter rather than spending ungodly amounts of money. And a big shout out to Darth Microtransaction and Yuletide for one dark microtransaction doing kind of what I intuitively thought would happen, that it's absolutely abysmal drop rates and horrifically expensive. And then also a shout out to Yuletide who actually provided the math on why it's horrible. And I just think you need to know, if you're looking for a particular regional set, it's kind of a trap, how much money you have to spend on those boxes to get what you're looking for. Also, I wanted to talk about something that's been popping up a lot. People on Reddit talking about prime target rates, which is very random, but there's several prime target rates. And I think the reason of this is a little problematic, because the person is looking for Red Skull. And I think there's a small misunderstanding on the most wanted part right here. We're going to go and take a look at that. But I think what's happening is that people are going through the game mode and they're going through the activity log and they're trying to get 100% on this new Stark City. They're trying to get 100% on this before they move on to Hydra, and they're trying to get 100% on Hydra before they go to Xandereth. Now, these completion bonuses are meant to be accrued over time by playing all 8 characters, because it carries over from alt to alt. It's not unique to the one character. And I don't think there's a reasonable expectation to go through this or your first character the first time to try to get all of these things done. I've been playing for a couple months now, and the bonuses at the end start becoming really hard to get, because a lot of these characters you have to find 10 times. A lot of them you have to find 30 times. And it's just something that's meant to take time and to be completed over the course of playing all of your characters, not your primary character. So my suggestion is to not worry about this, because at the end of the day, the reward for getting 100% of this is going to be a card, and it's a common card. It's not a rare card, and it'll have one primary stat, and then you'll get an exclusive stat that'll be bound to your character. Whereas opposed to like a normal rare card will have it's an initial stat, a bonus stat, and then a primary stat that's assigned to your character, and then a set bonus. So literally 4-star cards typically have 4 stats assigned to them, where this 5-star card would only have 2 stats assigned to it. So think about it. It's not that big of a deal. The primary purpose of these cards are to be crunched into your set cards, the cards that you actually want to be for your set bonuses, and so that you can make them into a 6-star. So this is literally just food. It's all it is food. It's not that important of a card. There are other cards that are a lot more important than this, and I would literally not worry about trying to 100% these things, at least not on your first run, because yes, the spawn rates for the prime target is a little bit frustrating. And if you're standing there waiting for Red Skull or Ultron to spawn when you could be moving on, just move on to the next zone. And I mean, that could be done another time. It's not that big of a deal. Literally right now, I think moving forward in the story mode through the purples is probably the most important thing. And I know this might be upsetting to some people that are trying to 100% everything. So again, I would just say move on. You have 7 other characters to finish this stuff, and it'll get finished when it gets finished. And at the end of the day, the rewards are mediocre at best. All right, what do you think? How are you enjoying this game? Be sure to stay tuned for a video here in the next couple of days about how I got my complete regional set without spending, that's right, without spending $10,000. I'm going to be proud to get this set here in the next couple of days, and I'll spell out how I do it. And be sure to check out the video on how I got 3 out of the 4 sets. I'm having a fun, and I just want to say, the game is the first 100 levels of the game is pretty much the tutorial. It's the story mode. You absolutely can play that without spending any money. I did it, and the game starts when you get to level 100. It pivots towards PvP content, and if you want to spend money to be the best in PvP, I understand, but you really don't have to spend money to play this game and have a lot of fun. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.